I'm Stacy.
And I'm Sean.
And we're Priority Builders.
So we're here at the Wolf Willow main floor renovation located in Westridge, Edmonton, and we're going to talk about
the design of the specific space and how it meets the client's wish list, but also functionality.
And we're also going to talk about construction, some of the unique challenges, and also how we work with the client's budget to maximize and also future-proof the space. So Stace,
yes,
we're standing here in this huge open space. Tell me about it.
Well, actually right now where we're standing, there used to be a wall. So this wall was separating, there was sort of three different compartments to this space. There was like I guess what probably would have been the dining room, but the clients were using as a sitting room. There was a wall running this way that actually separated that from the kitchen. And then there was a wall here that actually separated the kitchen and sitting room / dining room from the living room. And yeah, so in order to make this a nice big open space, perfect for entertaining,
I like
love
it.
this space, we had to remove a couple walls. And so right above us is
a massive 850-pound steel I-beam here. And believe it or not, I just shoulder pressed it right up here like that.
Believe it or not.
I really didn't, but there's like 10 guys. So yeah, we got this huge, massive steel I-beam. We use this steel I-beam just because it would sit flusher to the ceiling, so a little bit higher up. We did have an option to do an LVL beam, which essentially would have actually brought it down here. And I mean, if you look at me, nobody wants to hit their head on the beam. So we had to go with steel, and that's what we did.
Yes. And then the two, basically where that beam runs, should I talk a little bit about that, Sean? Like where it runs from there to there and why these two areas are what they are?
So if you look over here, we do have this bump out here, right? So, and you might be thinking like, why do you guys have this freaking bump out here? Well, it's because they have the old style furnaces, Stacy.
Yes.
So they got the old furnaces in there. We asked the clients, hey, do you guys want to swap out these furnaces? Do you want to do high efficiency? Wasn't really in the budget, right?
Yeah, so there is an option, there would have been an option to remove this altogether, at least make it a smaller wall, but again, budget constraints, so we work with what we got.
Exactly.
So we had to keep this bump out, which actually was the end of the previous closet that existed here. In order to mirror and make this a little bit more symmetrical, so this is a design feature, we bumped out that side as well. So over here where the beam runs into this side, there's actually nothing structural in this bump out. It's just really so that it can be sort of symmetrical on both sides of the entry from the living room into the kitchen.
Exactly, and we do have a little bit of HVAC going in there. So because we did go forward with the bump out on this side, it did allow us to be a little bit more efficient with some of the HVAC that we have running through the ceiling now because of the wall removal. So Stace, we're in the kitchen, and now you're talking about client-specific request. What does that even mean? Tell me.
Yeah, so client-specific requests that impacted this design include the windows. So in this case, we've actually kept all the existing windows that they had before. So we were able to design this amazing kitchen around the existing windows. So
And the location, even this one.
Yeah, the locations didn't change. The windows are all the same. So I think it worked out pretty good.
I actually really like this huge window over here. Like it's just super nice, like being in the island here and then just looking out.
Yeah, and that with the wall
beautiful.
removed, you have a lot more natural light in the space. Another really cool feature is this built-in bookcase in the island. So, you know, as you can see, it's a nice space to display special pieces of glass or books or just anything nice that you want to feature. And it's a wonderful space for
You can show off to your friends and pretend you actually
Pretend
read.
you cook. Pretend you read real books.
Yeah, there's a skip the dishes book in there.
No,
I guess not. So what about this light, Stace? Like it feels a little bit different in here compared to most of our renovations.
Yes, actually that's a really good observation, Sean. So another client request was they wanted a bit of a cooler light temperature. So typically what we do is a 3000 K light. That's what most people want. It's a bit warmer.
Okay.
So
What does warmer mean though?
It's like warm, cozy, inviting.
Yeah.
It's actually also very flattering for most people.
Really?
So yeah, 3000 K.
Good to know.
But in here, we did 4000 K, which is cooler. It is a little bit more energizing, you know, and it's just sort of that step down from a 5000 K, which would be like your daylight.
Getting a suntan, basically.
Getting a suntan.
Okay, which I need to work on because I
I'm
think we're
about
going to Mexico here soon.
Mexico.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's what we did in here. And actually one other thing relating to the light is those pendants there are a great example of how we can find some beautiful lighting on a tighter budget because, you know, those lights are gorgeous and they really weren't that expensive.
So Stacy,
Yes.
One of these things is not like the other.
That's very observant, Lieutenant. You're correct. This is a light fixture as opposed to a pot light.
Yes.
And reason being, in the original design, the wish list for the clients, they wanted to have a banquette here under the window, have a breakfast table here, and do a floor-to-ceiling wood slat wall. So custom millwork there. It just wasn't in the budget once we ran the numbers.
So then we had to future-proof the space to allow them to put this in later on,
In the
right?
future, absolutely.
So we kept this light fixture here. We didn't do a pot light. And this is going to allow the clients to add that banquette. They're going to be able to add that table there and add that slat wall.
Yeah.
And they're not going to have to worry.
And they still have a feature light.
You know what else we did? We have backing up in the ceiling there, right along the edge.
For the slat wall.
For the slat wall.
Yep.
We're thinking ahead, and that's the way we do it. Talking about budget, let's talk about this hardwood flooring. So we refinished the entire main floor hardwood, and you're probably thinking, well, why is this going in a different direction than this? And the reason for that is this room didn't line up with this room. In order to have this hardwood all lined up, we'd have to rip a whole bunch out. It would be probably like $4,000 or $5,000 extra to the client, and it just wasn't worth the cost. So the client opted for this option. They saved a lot of money, and they're able to do a sweet island like that.
So one of the other things that we did that was a request from the client was reducing this corner here on this gable and notching it out. Being as this is a high traffic area with flow from the living room into the kitchen area, they were concerned about stubbing their toe. So this notch out was their request to hopefully eliminate that from happening. So this is just a great example of how specific client requests can be incorporated into the final design and construction in any renovation. Sean, I'm feeling a little extra short in the space, and I don't think it's just because I'm standing next to you.
Well, let me tell you why. So after demolition, we ripped down all the walls, all the ceilings and everything like that. And we realized that this ceiling was framed at 8 feet.
Okay.
And it wasn't load supporting. There was really no reason for it
There's not anything dropped above?
There was nothing. There was really nothing. A little bit of HVAC, a little bit of plumbing, nothing like that. We went to the clients and we said, hey, listen, you want to rip down that ceiling? And then I went to the big boss here and she said,
yes, do it.
so we pulled it down and now you're feeling extra
I'm a
short
little
here.
Yeah, and I guess the other thing that that saved is the unwanted visitors.
Yes, our friend Mr. Squirrel,
Yeah.
which we had a burial for, who was living in the ceiling for the last 20 years. It was probably all his relatives and family members and everything like
There's
that.
squirrel disco up there.
It was. Clients were actually sitting at the dining room table listening to scratching and clawing, and they either thought they're going to have to get an exorcism or get some pest
Or an
control.
exterminator.
So no more squirrels in here.
No.
And we actually spray foamed all the rim joists and we got rid of all the penetrations and all that.
Yeah.
So the squirrels won't be back.
And how are they getting in? So, I mean, obviously the lowered ceiling was their dance floor, but I think one of the things that we should highlight is how they actually entered the home, which behind me here, so let's just pop over to this beautiful fireplace. So not only did raising the ceiling give us this kind of grand feature fireplace,
So nice.
but in behind here, what did you guys find in construction?
There was a brick fireplace back there, an original brick fireplace.
Okay.
And the reason why we didn't remove it was, again, for budget. So if we remove that, this is a load supporting wall, which is made out of brick at the back there. So we decided to save the clients some money, keep the fireplace back there.
Build around it, put in a nice electric fireplace, seal off the front door for the squirrel disco.
Well, that's really about it, yeah. And this is what we're left with. Let's talk about future-proofing the space again. So with here, we have this bump out, and we actually have a whole bunch of backing up above there for a future barn door. So clients decided to take that out of the budget just to reduce the amount of money they're spending on the renovation. And that's what we did. As well, we left this space unfinished. So originally we're gonna do a whole bunch of cabinets and a really nice built-in mudroom. That was another thing that the clients took off the scope to reduce cost and to get some of the other nice features in this awesome renovation.
So Sean, in this particular renovation, we had to deal with the very undesirable asbestos.
Oh, wow. Hey, Those are
So,
fighting words.
yeah, so tell us a little bit about what that involved.
Yeah, so anytime you have a house that is 1980s or older, you always want to test for asbestos when you're doing a renovation.
Yes.
And the reason for that is asbestos just isn't good for you, and you're going to have lifelong effects and yada yada. Just don't do it. So in this house, asbestos was found when we did a test, which is our standard. Every single renovation, we're doing a test for asbestos, and a full abatement had to take place. So, which was very costly. And if you have a budget in mind, sometimes that starts taking off.
How much does an abatement cost on average for asbestos?
Main floor like this could cost anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000.
Right.
A lot of money.
So that does certainly cut into the budget.
It does, and
But-
that's why I jumped when you said asbestos. So Stacy, this place turned out amazing.
I think you're right, Sean. It looks pretty great. I'd love to have this home.
Me too.
And yeah, I'm sure as you can see from the tour, we were really able to incorporate the client requests in both the design and the construction.
And we're also able to work with the client's budget by reducing a little bit of the scope and future-proofing the space and allowing them to add in a few items later on
Should
in the
they
future.
choose. That's
exactly.
right. Yeah, so I'm Stacy.
And I'm Sean.
And we're Priority Builders.
So if you're looking for an awesome renovation located in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, give us a call. We'd love to talk to you. We're in the Wolfville Renovation. Come on down and we're going to take you for a tour.
Budget, you would hell. And we're
Priority Builders.
That surprised me. God.
Just go for it. Feel good. Woosah. Relax the shoulders.
Come closer this way, maybe. That right there, good. Stop. Yes! What are you doing?
Construction situation.
Challenges. That was so bad.
That was really bad.
And I'm Sean. I'm Sean.
Are you Sean?
I'm Sean.
Well, then I'm Stacy.
Yeah. So I'm Sean. I'm Stacy. I'm Sean. I'm Sean. I'm Stacy. You go
Okay.
first.